Tonight, I have the national youth leader of the APC, a lawyer who was appointed as a senior special assistant to the president on National Social Investments Program in 2017, an appointment that was renewed in 2019. He currently serves as a member of the APC Caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Committee, headed by Governor of Yobe State, Mai Mala Buni. Ismail Ahmed joins me now here in our Abuja studio. Thank you so much, Ismail, for coming on tonight.
Thank you for having me.
What was that about?
Why are you showing several pictures of me?
We're trying to introduce our guests. That's part of what we do.
I like that.
So, thank you. What was that about in Ibadan? Is a show of force of some sort? Because I'd like you to react to some of the things Prof said. It's not, they don't want to dislodge you and the APC, PDP. They want to take you out totally. Because according to Prof, there's been a failure of the political class.
Of which he belongs to. Of which all the people that he mentioned, unfortunately, belong to. I've heard him talk about, I've heard people talk about use youth as a political punchline whenever the need arises. We don't want anybody speaking for us. We can speak for ourselves. You saw it in Ibadan yesterday. It was done for young people, by young people, and strictly funded by young people. Strictly funded by young people, strictly attended by young people, strictly managed and converted by young people. That is a presidential rally style and standard. No political party in this country since 1999 was able to do that strictly by its young people. The APC did it. We did it in Ibadan yesterday.
So it was a show of force of some sort for your party?
Oh no, my party and the country knows that young people are a force to be reckoned with. There's no doubt about that. We are the larger demography when it comes to percentage of people who vote. We are the larger percentage of the country and the entire population of the country. So the force of young people is not in doubt. If it is in somebody else's, if it is in doubt, if somebody is doubting it, then he's doing it at his own peril. But I have listened to Prof. These are respected individuals that we respect. But please, enough of all this. We are trying to do this for young people. You know, we can do some of these things for ourselves. So
you don't think that the young people and the women, these are the demographies that Prof has mentioned tonight, that
they are using them as punchlines. How many young people attended the meeting that they held in Lagos? Really, you should have asked them that. How many young people were in attendance? Because you are trying to chart a future, and without the people who are going to be living in that future for all.
I'm not sure he said that idea was about young people.
No, but he said that.
Reach out to the young people.
No, he said that it's about young people. The youths are being called lazy. You know, it's the same punchlines that all these people use.
And you don't think that is important?
No, what I'm saying is that young people now have come of age. Young people and women are going to speak for themselves. We have chosen a path. We have chosen a political party. We are going to fight within our political party to get what we want. We're not going to start jumping around at every election eve to start saying that they are going to create an alternative. This is for young people. This is for this. There's nothing wrong with that. Trying to reach out to the largest demography that delivers votes. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But we've heard that so many times that, just package what you want to package, go ahead and do retail politics like everybody else is doing it, not boardroom politics, and let's get it done. You saw what we did. Look at the pictures. Look at the images that are coming out. That's retail politics. That's grassroots. That's people learning. APC is a mobilization force that everyone in the party from top to bottom is taught how to mobilize from the grassroots. We don't do boardroom politics and sit down and just assume we can just use platitudes and placate people and just tell them that there's a demography that we are going to speak for ourselves. We don't want anybody speaking for us.
How do you defend what Prof said today about the performance of your party, for example? It's been described as a failure.
I think Prof mentioned the failure of the political order in its entirety. To be fair to him, he did not.
And he also said that it was a life better now than 5 years ago.
Well, I think that's the same question you can ask 10 years ago, whether your life was better 10 years earlier than it was 10 years ago.
But can we ask the same question now that your party is in power and the last 7 years, are the lives of Nigerians better?
I think if you ask a farmer in Kebbi or in Lagos or in Ondo, a farmer who now farms rice and gets more money because of course, because there are more off-takers as a result of not getting Chinese rice or Taiwanese rice, I think he'll tell you that his life is better. If you ask somebody from Maiduguri who can't go to mosque every Friday, 5-10 years ago, who can't go to church on Sunday, or if you ask somebody in Damaturu, or if you ask somebody in Adamawa, or Bauchi, or Gombe, or even some parts of Kano, you know,
these are some of the areas where banditry has taken stronghold.
No. So banditry has not taken.
Gombe.
No,
Niger.
Banditry has
Kaduna.
not. I didn't mention Niger. You mentioned it.
Now I'm mentioning Niger, Kaduna.
Now hold on. Let me finish. If you ask them if they could go to mosque 10, 11 years ago, or 5 years ago, 6 years ago, they would tell you they go with certain level of trepidation. So I'm not saying that it is time for us to hold our hands high and sing kumbaya that we have achieved all we have set out to achieve. Not the president, not me, not anyone would say that we are absolutely satisfied with where we are as a country. But the resources that we have found when we came here, the constraints that we have gone through, the global pandemic that has hit every country in the world, and among all these crises, both economic, social, and security-wise, we have been able to trudge on and take on one of the most fundamental infrastructure development plan in recorded history. Governor Fashola was in Kano a week ago, 2 weeks ago, to talk to Kano, different sectors of Kano young people about infrastructure, and he asked a question in the beginning of the presentation. He said, when can anyone remember in his part of the country when a federal government launched and commissioned a completed 50-kilometer road done by federal government? If anyone knows it, he should raise his hand. And these are not party members only. These are civil society people. These are journalists. These are students. He said anyone should give him an answer. Then he reduced it to 20 and to 10. The first answer came, Babangida's regime. He said, yes, before 1999. That was when it happened. But he gave a date in 2021 where hundreds of kilometers was commissioned by this administration. Now, this hypocrisy of silence, that what we do and all the achievements that we get through infrastructure and wonderful things we're doing with transportation, you know, and all the changes and structural reform that this government is bringing is being silenced, you know, by so many people, in some cases even the beneficiaries, so to speak, you know, just so that they amplify, you know, the things that are going awry. You know, there's no doubt about it that we have issues with security, especially in the northwest, down all to the north central, that came as a result of a cattle rustling that was in existence way before we came into office. Yes, there's no doubt about it, and government is doing all it can, you know. And then the most effective way to deal with the situation, the president has said it so many times, is to get local administration effectively working at the local level so that they can be able to stem this tide, because most of this is coming from the local council and the hinterlands. So we have all this going on, but nobody wants to talk about it because people want to hammer on the things that we are doing wrong. I like the fact that Professor Utomi said that he was in office at the age of 27. You know, I thought you would ask him that, okay, so what have you set in motion at that age to be able to, you know, to change things at that age, or whatever it is that you're doing where you are. So it's okay, it's easy for people to just come together and criticize. Criticism is one of the easiest things.
Because when your party was taking power, you'd surely realize that there will be criticism, and there will, I mean, the promises.
And I'm not shying away from it. Yeah, so it's okay. I'm one of the people. I criticize my own government myself.
The question all the time. You're faced with another election. Yes. Your party is trying to organize itself. The youth are speaking. Mm-hmm. Is the leadership of the party listening to the youth?
Yes, absolutely. What other party can do what they did what we did in Ibadan yesterday? Tell me any other party. You've been around for quite a while, since 1999. Can you remember any other political party, especially the one in office, that the young people have the opportunity, the right, and the latitude to do what we did in Ibadan yesterday? or that we take ministers
around the country to explain. So what is the end goal of this idea?
There is an agenda we want to set out and take it to the party leaders and show them that this agenda is not just coming from few young elites within the political circle, but this is at people where we're getting it from the grassroots. So these are asks that we're getting and we're presenting them. And we have access to everyone.
So what are the feelers you're getting from when you went? I'm very sure that people would have told you whether they're happy with your party or not.
No, I think a lot of people are, I wouldn't say they are happy. Of course, they are. Once people see people that, you know, are in any positions of privilege or some sort of, you know, of access, you know, they complain to you about it. It's okay. It's normal. We sit down, we look at all the things that we are doing right and all the things that mistakes we've made. We try to say, okay, these are mistakes we made. Can we get answers somewhere? And we talk to some of our leaders. In some cases, we get answers. In some cases, we tell them that, hey, this is not working. Go and fix it. And they try to do that all the time. So it is a constant engagement. Government is a process. It's not an event. It's not a one thing that fits. It's not a one size fits all. And there's no utopian idea that one person has to get this.
Do you fear a scenario where your party might be rejected at the poll in 2023?
Every politician worth his salt lives with the mindset that power could easily slip away from him or her just as much as it got to him or her. So it would be asinine for me to sit down here and tell you that, you know, I have absolutely nothing to worry about come 2023. No, I'm not going to do that. If I am not worried, I wouldn't be doing the work I'm doing right now. But
your party is under intense pressure.
No, I think any party in government that is facing transitional election especially would be under pressure. Even if you're not, I think it is better for you to assume that you are so that you could work doubly as hard to be able to get what you want.
I'd like us to wrap up on this note. You're a member of the caretaker committee and you guys are planning for the convention on the 26th of February.
Yes.
There are forces in the party that are saying, no, it should not happen. In fact, there are some who are saying,
that is
scrap it,
please,
and go ahead.
Please, let me
save your breath.
There will be convention on the 26th, simplicity. That is sacrosanct. Forget about anything else anybody is telling you. There will be convention on the 26th of February.
What about the unresolved issues? What about the unresolved issues in the
There
states?
will never be resolved issue finito in any human organization, especially human organization that is primarily built and driven by interest like a political party. A process of reconciliation and resolving issues is a process that is going to continue as long as the political party remains alive and in existence. It is never going to end. What we can manage to be able to get us to convention, what we can manage to be able to get us to primaries, what we can manage to be able to get us to general election, we'll keep managing us at when due, and we are managing them very well. There will be convention. Forget about what anybody else. I'm telling you this authority.
20 seconds for this. Is your party thinking of consensus for the position?
Consensus is always an option. Of course.
Are you guys thinking about it?
Of course, consensus should be an option for any right-thinking person.
Is it a paramount option or just one of the options?
No. What do you mean a paramount option?
Or the risk of going into an election at the convention ground?
Let me tell you something. For somebody like me, I love competition. So I would love to see a contest, you know. But the party leadership and the party and the body of the party looks at all consent. Look, you know what consensus means? It means everybody has agreed. It doesn't mean that some few people sit down and say that they have agreed, right? So if it is a consensus, which means everybody has agreed. So which means even if we go to election, the same person that was agreed upon was going to win anyways. So we're fine
in another 20 days, perhaps by this time, next 2 or 3 weeks, the party should have concluded the national convention.
And we are planning to have a policy convention. It's not just going to be an elective convention. We are amending the constitution of the party. We are going to set it out for people to see and look at and make observations or whatever it is. And then we are going to have a policy convention. It's going to be really interesting. We're going to have like 3 days of having people from different parts of the country have national podiums to talk about all the good things that the APC has done in different nooks and crannies and how we can forge it. It's going to be beautiful.
Ismail Ahmed is a national youth leader of the APC. Thank you so much, Ismail, for coming.
Thank you for having me, Sean.
Appreciate it. Well, that's our show for tonight, everyone. Many thanks for watching. Sean Kimale. Bye for now.